All right. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing good. Welcome back to another exciting vlog. And missed you last week.
Thanks, I miss you too.
Thanks.
I was camping with my
Yeah.
daughter and her cousin and my in-laws,
said
and
it.
it was a good time.
Good,
Yeah.
buddy. Good. Just a couple of quick notes. We've got a council meeting next Tuesday. There's no Monday meeting. And Mary did a great job at summarizing what's happening, policy discussion regarding the Mills Act. So that's good that we're going to have that discussion, make sure we've got the council's current fingerprints on it. Design Review Board, get some direction on reinstatement of that group, which went away in 2009. Discretionary Grant Program, which is a very popular annual program that we run this time of year for nonprofits to receive funding from the council during our budget process. And then the Scout House, our illustrious Scout House. So get some good policy direction on the Scout House, get the council to allow us to release the RFP. So please come and take part and share your thoughts. We also have a special city council meeting on Wednesday, the 5th, to talk about the CIP. This is a meeting that's been continued twice because of those darn storms, and so this will be a good opportunity.
Forecast is looking pretty good though. I think we're gonna make this one.
The weather forecast is the financial.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about the
forecast.
financial forecast.
The financial forecast is it's not dire.
It's not an atmospheric river.
It's
But it's-
no, it's like it's not sunny and warm.
Got it.
Somewhere in between.
We were really mixing analogies.
Yeah. So so who said progress is fragile?
I think a lot of people have said that.
Now who coined the phrase?
I don't know.
Barack Obama. So
Really?
President Obama,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And I think that that's really relevant for our budget talks this year because we have been doing very, very well. We've got about 100 hotel rooms offline for remodeling. And the economy is facing a kind of a battering. The stock market, war in Ukraine, fuel prices, interest rates, fill in the blank. So we're not forecasting huge revenue increases for next year. So the progress that we had been making on the phrase you coined, revenge spending, is kind of drying up a little bit. I think that the revenue that we were enjoying with people spending the money that they had saved isn't long in the tooth. So we'll see. But we'll present more about the budget in the near future. But the CIP is again an opportunity for people to come and talk about capital projects that you think should be priorities. We are proposing to carry over 2 years of CIP that we didn't get done, and because we didn't have a project manager, but now we have a project manager, so we're going to get some more momentum going. But enough about that. Thank you to Margie Perotti. Today is her last day. She has about, if that clock is right, about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Thank you, Margie. You are the epitome of government service, being a public servant. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for the village.
Yeah, thanks so much. I got the privilege of working with her in my department for a while too, so she's going to be missed. She's definitely a foundational part of this organization we have, but I'm sure we have not seen the last of her, knowing Margie.
Yeah, little energy bunny.
That's right.
So, and the last thing I have is, we're getting a lot of people's opinions about trees in light of the number that we lost during the 15 atmospheric rivers. And I will be encouraging the council to have a policy discussion about our existing tree ordinance, how that marries up with the forest management plan that we're working on, other plans, and really taking a good hard look at trees that are end of life and yet are still healthy.
And that's all trees. That's not just like the trees in the residential district. We're talking, street trees.
Oh, 100%.
Every
Yeah.
tree. Yeah. So that's great that you're bringing that policy
There's a
conversation
lot of,
forward.
there's some diametrically opposed opinions about that. So I think the council needs to weigh in and have a good, healthy policy discussion. And we'll really announce that because we want people's opinions. So that's what I got, buddy.
Well, it's a great segue. So I actually had a little, I don't know if it's trivia or just an observation, but you probably know this because of your giant brain already. But
that's huge.
Renee, one of our fabulous public works team members, clued me in the other day. He said, what's interesting is that in big storms like we've been having where the ground is really saturated and the winds are really heavy, the more dangerous trees are actually the fully healthy trees, the big, tall, healthy pine trees, because they have more needles on them. More sail. And so they're actually more likely to come over versus ones that are dead, and basically the wind can just pass right through it. I thought that was interesting that, live trees at some point actually become somewhat more dangerous and more likely to fall. And so I thought about when you and I were driving around helping spotting for forestry, we saw mostly green trees that were coming down and hitting things. It was fascinating. So it's interesting observation. So thanks to Renee for pointing that out. He definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And we have gotten a lot of applications for city forester, and Max and I will be doing some interviews the next week. So.
Great. I'll go quickly here. So Housing Ad Hoc Committee, we're meeting again next week. This is another public meeting to come talk about this housing element update that we're working on. It's Thursday the 6th at 5:30 p.m. here in the chambers. Please come and continue to be part of that conversation. We want to continue to hear from you. I want to thank everyone.
And that'll be a public meeting where boards and commissions can come, and council.
Yeah.
And one of the ad hoc members, either Mayor Pro Tem Richards or Councilmember Felito, will run that meeting and manage the meeting.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yes, that's right. I want to thank everybody that came out this week. We had a special Planning Commission meeting, effectively a workshop on the draft wireless ordinance. It's sort of like round 2 of the draft. The city had launched a 3-ordinance draft back in 2022. We kind of missed the mark a little bit. We recognized that, went back internal, looked at ourselves, looked at the ordinance, and came back with a new revised singular draft. And I got to say, it was a 3-hour workshop, but it was really productive. I was actually just speaking with one of our planning commissioners before coming in here, and she thought it was really productive too, thanks to everybody on both sides of the conversation that came out. I think we got good direction to go and do some redrafting, and then come back in a couple months with a draft the Planning Commission can potentially recommend to the City Council.
Great.
So thank you to everybody, planning commissioners, public, my staff, everybody.
Well done.
As I'm on my thank yous, thank you for donations. We're part of doing the all-in program to help out the folks in the Pajaro area that were affected by those levee breaches. A lot of people displaced, a lot of things, a lot of loss. And so if you've been in City Hall, you'll notice in the lobby here, we're collecting certain goods. There's a list. They're not looking for everything under the sun, although everything's appreciated, but there is some lists like cleaning supplies, linens, things like that. So come check it out. We're happy to continue to take donations. We had said originally, today was going to be the last day. We're going to extend that to keep collecting, to give into that all-in program. New things only though, please. It's very nice if people want to share half a sandwich, but maybe just only new, fully wrapped and non-perishable items.
Yeah.
Giving is great, but
And shampoo.
And shampoo, well, that's non-perishable.
Yeah, I'm just
brand
saying.
new, fully wrapped. Shampoo, something you use a lot of, I'm sure. That's right. Gallons of shampoo. Yep. And the last thing, we're excited. We did reschedule that mock city council meeting with our pals up at the Carmel High School to April 19th at 7 p.m. That'll be here in Chambers. We'll broadcast it live just like we do a regular city council meeting. It was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah.
Looking forward to doing that again this year.
Right on.
Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff going on, but the weather's looking pretty good out there today, maybe a little windy. That's about it.
As Mayor Dallas used to tell me, busy, busy, busy.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take good care.
Take good care.